Okay, so you've got absolutely no idea what a bad plan this was to review the top Rudder 103 Solo Ultralight and attempt to land it in Jonas Marcinko's garden. And the reason for this is that I've got a bit of a thing about Jonas Marcinko's videos. I like to watch what he puts out. I think he's very funny, and I enjoy very much what he's done, and I'm really sad that he managed to prang his Capella sometime, I think it was late last year, and he hasn't been in the air very much since. Where he has been, he's been using parachutes and other people's kind of wings and things, but it's not been the same as when he's been off with Sylvia and flying around in the Capella. So I took to landing various planes in his garden just for fun, a bit of recreation, and got reasonably good at it, and it was very easy to identify his garden and everything was fine. And then Asobo put out this top Rudder 103 Solo Ultralight, and I thought, what the hell, it's £7, something like that, why not to buy it and have a go at landing it in his garden? So I bought one and I put it on his favourite airport just up the road, Blackfoot, and I took it off and I flew up the road and I landed in his garden with no trouble. But of course I didn't record anything of it at all. So anyway, then I got immersed in a really big project. Anyway, let's get going, and I'll see if I can tell you a little bit more about it later. Okay, let the revs come up, and test 1, fine, test 2, fine. Okay, so we're ready to roll. Let's get into the air and I'll tell you about this sad story. There are no brakes on this thing. This is a delight to fly because actually, well, you just sort of get it going, and there's no compass, no brakes. If you want, of course, you can put the VFR map on this, but I guess these days you'd probably navigate using a cell phone, something like that, like you do in your car. Not that I've got a smartphone to do it in my car, but there we are. And so the very first thing you do is kind of get lost, so we have to figure out where we are. Anyway, so I loaded up this ultralight and I thought, well, Jonas is in the sort of Midwest, what would be suitable colours for it? So I thought, I know, pink would do really well, and yeah, so pink it shall be. So I put the pink paint on the ultralight, and I set off up to find Jonas's thing. But unfortunately, there'd been some sort of upgrade to Microsoft Flight Sim, and the very first thing that happened was I couldn't find it. I've been landing there for months. I've landed there in a pipistrel. I've landed in it in a Shock Ultra. I've landed in all kinds of aircraft. My daughter thought I should try landing in it in an aircraft, like an airliner, you know, Boeing, a Jumbo, something like that. That should be fun. Thought I should be like Swiss 001. Well, I haven't tried that, but you know, I had a pretty damn good record of locating this place and landing my aircraft in it, and I even landed this aircraft in it. Anyway, there was this upgrade on Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, and it was supposed to be to do with Paris and all the Benelux countries. Nothing else. So, by the way, I'm in the middle of a very difficult project elsewhere. This was supposed to be a relaxation. So, because like sometimes you need to take some time out, and if the weather's good you go for a walk, but if the weather's not good you go for a fly in flight sim, don't you? Anyway, so I went to my flight sim, I switched it on, it said you need an upgrade, so mandatory. So I got ready for my mandatory upgrade, and about an hour later I'd got it all 20 gigabytes of it, and I set off for Jonas Marcinko's house with my Ultralight, and it wasn't there. Like it's the farmers out here in Nebraska, they've been planting things. I mean, they planted crops, and all the fields are different, they're all different colours, and I mean, what a stupid idea to plant things in fields, change all the colours so nobody in flight sim can find where they are. I mean, it's not even as if, you know, it's all white for winter or something. It's actually like multiple colours. It looks like Devon and Cornwall, which is where I'm based normally. And all these little fields look microscopic. I mean, they're not the great open plain fields that I'm used to. Anyway, so I footled around trying to find his place, and I just couldn't find it at all. So then it was back to the maps to find out exactly where it was, and after a bit of searching around I found out where he did live online, and yeah, it was more or less where I thought it was. So the next job was to kind of locate the Google map, put in all the coordinates, and the Google map and the Bing map either doesn't actually match up with what's in Flight Simulator now, because there's a big rectangular field by the side of the road by which you can identify Jonas's place, and it just doesn't exist in Flight Sim anymore. It's like a whole series of little patchwork fields. So the whole thing has been a complete nightmare and taken me ages to sort out. Anyway, we're going up this road. This is the right road to be on, and what we've got to do is hope to get to close to the right bit of river to be on, and then when we're on the right bit of the river we can hope to be close to where his place is, and I might be able to recognise something. I mean, this video still could be a complete disaster. I've tried all sorts of things. I went to videos about ground detail. I thought maybe if I took some of the ground detail out I'd get back to how I used to recognise it. No luck. And then I went to trying to alter the date. I thought maybe if I go back to the date when I'm used to going on it, I'll be able to find him that way. No luck at all. It doesn't matter if you change the date, you still get the same landscape as far as I can make out. So this is all a complete disaster. It's taken me 3 days to make this video for you, and I still haven't made it yet because I might get lost, and if that happens, well, who knows what will happen. Anyway, we should be, I think we're kind of close, although nothing looks very familiar. I found a new trick, which is to kind of like overfly it in disbelief, not thinking that's where it is, and then locate some roads that go to a couple of houses further up, and then turn around and come back and have a go at finding it from there. I think we're pretty close now, but I don't really want to. I don't want to switch on the VFR map, because that'd be cheating, because we're supposed to be in an ultralight, and it just ruins your experience, doesn't it, if you've got like computery things open at the same time. I mean, what's the fun in that? I've got a feeling that we're just sort of pretty close, but it'd be highly embarrassing if I ended up landing in the wrong place. I mean, I could land in someone else's garden, and I don't know what they think about that. Anyway, we'll lose a bit of height. Yep, this is it. You see these two little roads that seem to go nowhere? There's lots of traffic on them. They go to a farm. God knows what they do on that farm. They've got these cars. They go there, and then when they get there, they go back the other way. Must be learning to drive, I guess. Anyway, that's where we're going. So we'll haul round. With this aircraft, it's probably best just to keep it on maximum when you're flying, and keep it on max, and only reduce the throttle for when you're going to land somewhere. And as I say, you've got to be careful, because there are absolutely no brakes on this, so if you come in too fast, you'll overshoot and you can't do anything about it. It's quite lovely to fly though, very, very simple. No, I think I've still gone wrong again. Not to worry, we'll go round. Originally, when I did this, I looked at one of Jonas's videos of when he was teaching Sylvie how to fly. That's where we're going, down there onto the left, and there was a tree, and that she was going, "Oh, there's a tree, Jonas," and he says, "Okay, it's okay," and it was. And sure enough, I went off on flight sim and I found the tree and I avoided it. And in flight sim it doesn't matter, you can fly through trees anyway, but anyway, I avoided it and it was okay, and landed in his garden. And then when they changed everything, well, it was even difficult to find that tree. Okay, so here we go, we're going in for our landing now. And this stretch here used to be one long stretch before they did something in flight sim. Anyway. We're down. And we're in his garden, I hope. And if we're not, I'm sorry, Jonas. We love you. We like your adverts. We wish you'd make more videos. But, you know, it's as it is. Where's your pond? Where's the thing that you dive into water? Where is it? Jonas? Jonas? Where are you? Oh well. Time to do something more important.